What's up, guys? My name is Spartan, and welcome back to my tower. This is episode 20. Yes, we have done 20 episodes of this series. This is episode 20 of my Tour My Tower video series. This, as you know, is a video series where I go through the ins and outs of my tower, talk you guys through the different upgrades that we're doing, the different moves that we're making, etc. And a couple little housekeeping notes before we kind of get this thing really kicked off. But first of all, I apologize, guys. I have not posted anything outside of that little YouTube short in about 12 days now at this point. So I apologize for that. I've had a lot going on recently. So I got strep throat last week and I was out for about 6 days. That was not enjoyable. I've also had some like IRL, in real life kind of issues show up related to like financial stuff that have been kind of stressful and not put me in the best of mental states. But what does put me in a good mental state is talking about my tower. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. So I ended that run a little bit early. I have mainly at this point been farming tier 11. And I'll just show you guys my stats page here. We are at 5.46Q lifetime earned coins. I have mainly been kind of experimenting this week with tier 11 farming just to kind of see how it goes. And yeah, so far it's been pretty enjoyable. I'll just show you guys. We can talk about my labs really quickly. So I have all 4 of my labs on ×4 speed. And that is because I've been farming tier 11 versus tier 10. When I was doing tier 10, I would basically have one of them on like ×3, then the rest on ×4. Sometimes like on a tournament day like today, I would have maybe 2 for that day on ×3 and then the rest on ×4. But anyway, the point is we're doing some stuff. And speaking of doing stuff, you guys already know, I don't even need to say it, but I'm going to say it. Lab 1 will forever be dedicated to lab speed. And because it's been such a big gap from my last episode of this series, I think it would be best to kind of just show you guys my history, what I've been working on since, I believe it was like 12 days ago, so whatever that is. But you guys can see the different stuff that I've been working on. I've done standard perk bonus. I actually was able to finish that. I finished my chronofield duration lab. Some other stuff in here, I've mainly just been working on module labs and standard perk bonus, lab speed, etc. You can see I also put a couple levels into like the module shard cost. I've slowly been working on that. But as you can see here, on June 22nd, I actually managed to finish my standard perk bonus. And I will say this has been a huge, huge improvement for my account. In terms of pretty much every aspect of my farming runs, it has bought me more waves through the standard perks like the EHP perks, health, defense percent, health regen, etc. It has also yielded me more coins in the form of the coin bonus. It has just been an awesome lab to go ahead and get done. And because of that, you can see a couple labs above that, I started working on coins per kill. So that's currently my next big goal in terms of econ, is just trying to get my coins per kill up. Another cool thing, I worked on enemy level skips a little bit, the labs for that, because I discovered I was very, very close to getting 50% for both of my ELS stats during my farming runs. And I now am able to get, once I get fully maxed with the enhancements and the labs, I get over 50%. And part of that is my Galaxy Compressor. I have an ancestral ELS effect for enemy attack and enemy health skips. But the point is, literally getting over 50% has given me so much more in terms of my waves. I believe I gained about 500 waves in my tier 10 and 300 waves in my tier 11. So that was really, really quite the improvement for me. I've still, as you can see, just kind of been working periodically on my reroll shards, my module shard cost. I also, on June 21st, finished my daily mission shards, so that one is totally done. Feels good, feels good. I started to pivot a little bit last week, kind of just working on like the damage lab and stuff like that in preparation for the tournament. But yeah, these are the current labs that I'm working on. I'm still working on Shatter Shards level 2. I just think it's really going to help me out with my module levels, helping me kind of give me a leg up for farming as well as tournament runs, etc. I just think that this lab is going to be really, really good when I do finally get it done. So there's 5 levels in it, and it's going to take a long time, but I don't care. I think it's going to be pretty beneficial to at least get 2 or 3 levels into this early on. And at this point, I'm kind of late to the party as it is, so anything is improvement for me at this point. In terms of my lab 3, this is kind of going to be my econ lab for the time being, so I've just got coins per kill bonus in there going until probably around level 85 is kind of what I've been thinking. We will see. I might just take it all the way to maxed. It will just solely depend on if I want to pivot here and there and work on like some damage stuff or things that may help me for like my Legends tournaments. We shall see. But coins per kill is going to be sitting here for quite a while. In terms of my lab 4, I have reroll shards still in here. I have 5 more levels on this lab. 5 more levels, then my reroll shards is totally done. So as you can see, once my reroll shards lab is done, the only other real module lab that I think I'm going to do is my module shard cost. I'm going to work on that and just finish it. It has 30 levels in it, so I have 10 more levels. And then at that point, honestly, I might just hold off on modules for the time being until later on when I get to like the 140 level area and I really need to work on the module coin cost lab. Perhaps at that point I will start working on it, but not a huge priority for me at the meantime. And then currently my lab 5, I sort of just have doing damage again like I did for last tournament, just to kind of get me a little bit of a boost. And I think I'm just going to kind of do that, put a couple levels into damage or attack speed or crit factor, something like that, prior to the tournament, just to sort of give me a leg up. That's sort of what I've been thinking about doing. But yeah, that is going to cover it for labs. Let's go ahead and talk about the workshop. I'm still basically doing the same farming strategy that I've been doing. I have all of my attack workshop at level 0, with an exception of damage. I go ahead and put 700 levels into that just for the sake of my tier 11 farming runs. I found that with my tier 10, I would have it at about 500 levels, and I found that with tier 11, because it's a little bit more, enemies are more tanky and whatnot, it helps me a lot to go ahead and just get this up a couple more levels. So I got it up to 700. And the reason I do this is because I rely solely on my free upgrades. It's basically a sort of blender style strategy, but the damage scales over time. So I am also now running the extra orbs card. I will show you guys my farming cards here in a little bit. But this is what I've been working with for a little bit here, and it's been quite helpful for me. I have the orbs locked, the workshop orbs, and I have the shockwave size locked so that I can just manually upgrade those throughout the run if I so choose to. In terms of my ultimate weapons, not a whole lot to report here. I have put a couple more levels into the Golden Tower duration, so I'm now sitting at 57 seconds. I also have put, I believe, another level into Golden Combo, and that's currently what I think I'm saving up for after today's tournament. I might be able to get the next level of Golden Combo. So the overall strategy that I've been doing with my Golden Tower and my Golden Combo is basically for every level of Golden Combo that I've done, I've tried to up my duration by about 1 or 2 levels, depending on how many stones I have available. So that's sort of what I've been doing, and I've definitely seen some pretty massive coin increases from doing so. And yeah, in terms of my workshop enhancements, not a whole lot has changed here. This is kind of just my overall farming setup. I've went a little bit more heavy into the defense stuff, so my health regen, and my wall health. I've gotten those pretty good, as well as my orb size, and that I think has bought me some more waves during my farming runs, and I think it's been pretty good. Likewise, my coins and my cells are as high as they have ever been. I have 32 levels into the coins, and then 29 levels into the cells, 10 levels into free upgrades, and then 10 levels into enemy level skips. But anyway, that is going to cover it for the workshop. Let's go ahead and talk about the cards. Nothing has changed in terms of card masteries. I have not purchased anything else. I also have not purchased any new slots or anything like that. But that's going to cover it for the cards. Let's go ahead and discuss the modules. So in terms of my modules, this is the farming setup I've been using: Astral Deliverance, Galaxy Compressor, Multiverse Nexus, and Sharp Fortitude. Sharp Fortitude has been freaking huge for my runs. I got the defense percent, and I got a health regen, ancestral, The Death Defy is kind of nice, I guess, but haven't really had much luck with it in terms of like saving my farming runs. I eventually would like to get an Ancestral Wall Health on here. I think that that would be pretty beneficial as well, but we'll see. Right now, I've really been spending my reroll shards on tournament-related stuff, trying to get that as optimized as I can. I think that I'll get a lot of value from my tournament stuff for the meantime. But yeah, I've got a 2-star Sharp Fortitude. I've got a 1-star Astral Deliverance, a 1-star Galaxy Compressor, and I still do not have an Ancestral Multiverse Nexus. But I believe I only need 2 more Multiverse Nexuses. So I have 1 Epic Plus, and I think that that is it. Yeah, so basically I just need 2 more Multiverse Nexuses. And briefly, I'll just show you guys here my previous 150 pulls. I got a Dimension Core there, which got me to needing only 2 more. I also got an Om Chip, and that might be it. Oh, I got a Death Penalty, and yeah, that's it. So 3 epics in my last 150 pulls. Not the best luck, but it's okay. But that being said, I do now have a 1-star Death Penalty, which is pretty cool. And again, I've just been kind of trying to get like as high of a module effect on here as possible. So I think I'm actually going to try to get an Ancestral crit factor really quickly on this. No such luck. We went from an epic crit factor to a common, so we will take the previous there. And yeah, that is actually going to cover it for the modules. Let's go ahead and talk about the tournaments. So for my tournament runs, the main goal that I have had recently is to just try to maintain getting consistent keys. Obviously, this depends pretty heavily on the bracket that you get. Like, look at this guy. This guy's freaking crazy. Tech Tree Support. Why do I have a support dude in my bracket? It's not fair. So I'll just show you guys briefly my bracket. In order to get keys this tournament, I would need a personal best of 543 waves, which I doubt that I am going to get today. Looking at my tournament history here, this is what we're looking at. We've got Legends League max waves, 360 waves, and then finished at rank 13, which did get me pretty good keys, so I'm happy with that. I was literally 5 waves away from getting to rank 12, which would have gotten me 4 keys, so that was a little bit upsetting, but it's fine. You know, it's part of the game. It takes time to get these keys, and I really just need to start working on some of my more damage-oriented labs, and that would really benefit me for my tournament runs, but it's not a huge deal for me, honestly. You can see currently my all-time highest rank is rank 12 in Legends, and my highest wave currently is 465. Again, a lot of that depends on the battle conditions that you get. Like right now, there's the Protector's Ultimate, there's the Ultimate Weapon Durations, which is, you know, not super fun. But we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Slowly, every tournament trying to do a little bit better. That's the goal. And last thing kind of in the tournaments category is the Vault. I did unlock the next little ticket here in the Vault, so I was able to get the module reroll discount. I haven't fully decided if I want to continue going up and trying to pursue some of the stuff up here, like eventually working on the workshop respecs. I think that would be really cool to eventually get free respecs. I think 100% I'm probably going to slide over here and get the card slot just so that I can get another card slot. But it would also be pretty cool to get the smart demon mode. I think that that would be really, really helpful for me. We'll kind of see how it all shakes out, whatever I decide to do, but step 1 for me is simply just getting more keys. But anyway, that's going to cover it for the tournaments. Let's go ahead and talk about the Guardian. So shout out to This Is Sparta. We already hit the 750 chest this week. Feels good. I've been saving up my bits so that I can get the 5th target on steel. I just kind of want to do that. I think maybe it'll help me a little bit. And then I'm probably just going to start working on the coin multiplier. I think that'll probably be the best move for me. I think that my fetch chip is pretty well optimized. I pretty much, for the most part, get all of the daily caps, as you can see here. So that feels good. This is kind of the, I guess, bare minimum setup that I have found required to get it. Before, I actually did do a respec on my Guardians because I was getting... I think I had way too much investment into fetch, so I was getting more coins and stuff, but in terms of the stuff that has a daily cap, I was not able to really, you know, I was basically too optimized, if that makes sense. So I have since dropped my levels, did a respec, and I have my fetch now where I'm able to get the daily stuff all full. So the way I have it now, I'm able to get all of my daily stuff with fetch, and I'm basically spending the rest on my steel chip because I think that it does yield me more coins currently. In terms of the store, this is what we're looking at. A lot of cool stuff in here, actually. I really like the dragon skin here. I really like that one. It looks pretty cool. So far, the only things I have purchased is the Let's Mix, which gives you increased coins, and I purchased yesterday the party background. So, slowly going to continue to work on these cosmetics, starting with the highest coin multiplier, and then after that, I will probably get the gems, the bits, probably this last relic. The attack speed would be really nice, and yeah, hopefully we have enough time this season to kind of get everything, but we shall see. Anyway, guys, that is actually going to conclude today's episode of Tour My Tower. Again, huge apologies for basically just being inactive for almost 2 weeks. I've had a hell of a past couple weeks, if I'm being honest. Just in terms of being sick, and then like I mentioned, some like personal stuff going on that's just been pretty hectic for me. I do have a video that I recorded last week while I had strep throat. It's going to be a guide that has been pretty highly requested of me. I think it's a good video, but the issue is I was sick, so it was just not a very good video. I tried to edit it and it was not a good video. So I'm going to re-record that probably tomorrow or the day after, and then hopefully get that out early next week. I think that would be ideal. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Like and comment and subscribe if you'd like to see some more of my content. I really appreciate every single one of you guys. We are getting close to 4,000 subscribers. So huge shout out to all of you guys. Last but not least, huge shout out to my YouTube members. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for choosing to support me financially as I try to make these videos. And yeah, huge shout out to Kingstring and Jacob and Alan, who recently became members last week. So I really appreciate your guys' patronage, and yeah, just know that I don't take it for granted. And anyway, that's going to wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching, and like always, I will see you guys later.